Riverdale, Chapter 31, A Night to Remember. Riverdale? What? Why? Okay, I know what you're thinking, but this episode actually does pertain to Stephen King, and specifically, Carrie the musical. There are 7 Carrie-centric videos on this channel, one focused on the novel, one for each of the 3 Carrie movie adaptations, a video for The Rage Carrie 2, another for Carrie the musical, and one more, this one, for an episode of the TV show Riverdale. At some point during one of these 7 videos, I will have a bucket of pig's blood dumped over my head, but you'll have to watch all the videos to see which one it is. It's this one. I'm doing it in this one because it's the last one of the series, and I thought maybe, people would watch all the videos in order, and they probably, you knew it was going to be in the last one. You knew. I had heard of this show, but I didn't know this episode existed. I accidentally came across it while putting the finishing touches on the script for the video regarding Carrie the musical. What I thought would be the last Carrie video. My initial reaction after stumbling upon this episode was, no, I do not want to cover this. Just pretend it doesn't exist and no one will notice. I don't see you. I reacted in this way for a few reasons. One, because I was fairly certain this show was not for me. 2, because the last thing I need in my life is more of Carrie the musical in any form whatsoever, period, full stop. I hate musicals in general, something I was very clear about in the previous video for Carrie the musical. And finally, 3, I was excited to move on and start in on Salem's Lot, a novel that is blessedly free of musical interpretations. At least I think so. Dear God, please let that be true. So anyway, I claimed I would cover everything, even remotely related to Stephen King's work, and gosh bless it, that is precisely what I'm gonna do. What is a Riverdale? Riverdale is an American teen drama television series, gag, based on the characters of Archie comics from the 1940s, but the show takes place in the present day. I did a little research to see how similar Riverdale is to the original Archie comics and what the relationship was between them, but from what I can tell, pretty much the only things the two have in common are the names of the characters and the name of the local hangout, Pop's Chocolate Shop. Why they tied this show to Archie at all is a mystery to me that I will explore no further, as it does not have any bearing on this video, but it does beg the question, why? Why though? The show is centered around a group of high school students, Archie, Betty, Veronica, Jughead, etc., who are shocked by the death of a classmate. Together, they unravel the secrets of Riverdale and who really killed their classmate. What does any of this have to do with Stephen King? I'm so glad you asked. In this episode, the students at Riverdale High, I'm guessing that's what the high school's name is. I don't actually know. Of course it is, but it might not be. The students at Riverdale High are staging a production of Carrie the musical. It's not a full-on production of the show within the TV show, but rather they incorporate the music from the musical into the episode, as well as show the various characters in preparation and rehearsal for their roles in the stage production that takes place within the episode. Does this make any sense? Honestly, it's kind of a cool concept, but that doesn't matter, because less than a minute in, and I feel like I'm watching The Descendants, which is a kids show on Disney, full of teenagers performing choreographed musical numbers that my 6-year-old daughter is a big fan of. Boy, this is going to be awesome. Okay, I'm going to make a solid effort to get through this. After a big opening number of the song In, from the original Carrie musical, we find the cast gathered together for the first time, about to do a read-through of Carrie the musical, when, hold the phone! Things suddenly feel really racist. I haven't watched a single episode of this show before, so I don't understand the context, but long story short, a black man shows up, black teenager, shows up late to rehearsal, and everyone looks at him as if he is not welcome. He looks incredibly uncomfortable, and then we find out he is only doing the musical to, quote, reform his image, unquote, so that maybe people will give him a chance. And also, he has been cast as the villain, bad boyfriend Billy. Wow. Okay, I'm sure if I had watched the previous episode, something I absolutely will not be doing, it would make more sense, maybe, but okay. Anyway, this is 4 minutes in, and I have to admit, I'm having a lot more fun than I had anticipated. All right, so we transition from possible racism into some teen drama, followed by another musical number. And I just have to say, the lyrics for these songs are the worst. I cannot stand the words pouring forth from their face holes. Jughead, that's right, from the original Archie comics, is making a documentary about the high school's production of Carrie, the musical, for some reason, and the director of the show tells him, while knowingly on camera, that he has a dark secret that Jughead must not tell anyone. He reveals his dark confession that no one is to know about to the documentarian on camera while he is aware of being recorded. Makes perfect sense. Oh boy, it's another choreographed music number. And now Jughead is telling Betty, that's her name, because it's Betty, because it's based on Archie comics somehow. Jughead tells Betty all about the director's dark secret that he wasn't supposed to tell anyone about. Good job, Jughead. More teen drama ensues. More musical numbers. More teen drama, yet another musical number, teen drama, and so on until the end of time. The best thing is when the teen drama and the singing become one, and the characters start singing songs to each other while off stage and not in rehearsals. They're just singing songs to each other in school now, and oh dear God, is this what High School the Musical is? Someone please stab me in the face. Also, no one gets along with their parents in this show, and every adult is portrayed as an adulterous, vengeful sociopath. Even the adults are overly dramatic teens. There is one scene, though, that is truly priceless. One teen tells her friend that she needs to show her mother who's in charge. And as a parent, I found that genuinely hilarious. But then she goes on to encourage her friend to commit matricide. Now that is a good friend. This show is just a soap opera for teens. Every scene that isn't a musical number is either a tense exchange of words between adversaries or some teary-eyed apology for... Well, I don't know what they're apologizing for because I refuse to watch any more episodes than I have to. I sure hope there aren't any other Stephen King adjacent episodes. In the name of all that is holy, let this be the only one. Musical drama, and okay, the show ends with a grisly murder, so still not worth the 45 minutes of my life or the $3 I spent to watch this episode because I didn't realize I could have watched it on Netflix, something I already pay for. Good job, person. Oh yeah, and the black teen that may or may not have been discriminated against, well, he was barely in this episode. After that off-putting scene in the first 3 minutes of the episode, like, they don't touch this character again until like the last 5 minutes of the show when Veronica, who is obviously based on the original Archie character, tells him he has behaved accordingly and his, quote, pariahship, unquote, is officially over. Thank you, Veronica. Cast. Acting. Oh hey, it's Luke Perry and Skeet Ulrich too. Two grown men who apparently never managed to escape acting in teen dramas. Rest in peace, Luke Perry. And I'm genuinely sorry that Riverdale was one of the last things you ever did. That's pretty rough. As for everyone else, great job. You did it. Yeah. Final thoughts. This is the last Carrie video. It was the most painful and yet somehow simultaneously the most enjoyable video to make. I mean, I took more pleasure in trash talking this show than I'd like to admit, but it was just too easy. It's the worst Carrie. This is the worst version. Congrats, Riverdale. You won. The moral of this video is don't make Stephen King stories into musicals. And also, don't use existing musicals about a Stephen King story and incorporate them into your pubescent high schooler TV show. And also, don't use existing musicals about a King story and incorporate them into your pubescent high schooler TV show that is based on, but also not at all based on, a completely irrelevant comic from the 1940s that your target audience has most definitely never seen or heard of before. And also, don't Riverdale ever. No Riverdale-ing. Okay, thanks a bunch for watching, and please don't ever watch the show that this video was about, Riverdale. Goodbye.
All right, everybody, I said I would do it, and now I gotta do it. So here is my Carrie bucket of pig's blood, and let's let it rip. Here we go. Oh, that went about as well as expected. So thanks for watching the channel. like and subscribe,
That's gonna look like
and also don't ever do this.
Be sure to click like and subscribe to the channel for my continued analysis of all things Stephen King, pretty please with blood and guts on top. My name is Mr. Doyle, and this has been a great undertaking.